If I wanted to get shredded in just 16 weeks, this is exactly what I would do because I've already done it. In order to get shredded, you need to apply these 6 things on a daily basis over a sustained period of time. This is what we'll be covering and what's coming up in today's video. Number 1, PEDs. Number 2, nutrition. Number 3, walking. Number 4, training. Number 5, cardio. Number 6, supplements. In today's video, I'm going to dig into each individual part of this process and show you how when all of these 6 come together, you can get shredded in as little as 16 weeks. This is not clickbait. This is not misinformation. I religiously followed these 6 simple steps every single day of my life for 16 weeks, and I got fucking shredded. All of what I'm about to reveal to you is the dark secrets that 99% of bodybuilders and online coaches will never want to tell you. So today is your lucky day. Get your notepad and pen out and write this shit down. Walking burns more fat than running. However, running burns more calories than walking. Riddle me fucking diddle me that, cunt. So, what is more important? I tell you, you need both. High levels of steps, like I did. Look at this. 23,100 steps for the month of September. 23,000 fucking steps, boys. That is the level of step count I did to get shredded. Now, you don't need to do that many. I'm just going to recommend you start your prep around 10,000 so you give yourself room to go from 12 to 15 to 17 to 20. But the reality is, I needed high levels of output, low levels of input. That's how I got shredded. So walking, huge part of that. And I would recommend if you're going to get shredded, you need at least 10,000, if not 15,000. I recommend more steps versus more cardio because the steps is low intensity, but I walked fucking everywhere. I mean, I walked to the shops, I walked to the barbers, I walked to the gym. A beautiful little tip for you guys. When you go to the supermarket, park the furthest space away from the entrance, and you can easily get 2,000 steps in by walking to the supermarket, walking around the supermarket, and walking back to the car. Monty?
Yeah.
How important is cardio when you're trying to get shredded?
Very important.
He's the king of cardio.
Oh, it looks so cute.
Guys, leave me alone. I'm just chilling.
Cardio. We are talking about one of the most important aspects of a successful prep. You know, I mentioned about walking burning more fat than running, but running burning more calories than walking. Well, this is where cardio comes in. So you need to get that nice balance right of high intensity or low intensity output for your cardio, plus a high level of step count to maximize your fat burning zone for your output. I did 20 minutes max every day for the last 12 weeks of prep. Alongside the 23,000 plus steps, I was doing 20 minutes of cross trainer at a heart rate of around 145 beats per minute. Now that is really important, and if you have a Whoop, you'll understand the zone. So you want to be in a heart rate zone of around 140 to 150 beats per minute.
Play with me.
So that you can burn more calories. The higher your heart rate is, the more calories you will burn when your heart rate is at that level. So let's say you were walking, you're going to burn more calories doing 130 beats per minute walking than 100 beats per minute. Same for cardio. If your cardio is at 150 beats per minute, you're going to be burning more calories than at 130 beats per minute. I'm a stickler for that with my clients, is making sure that cardio is at least at 145 beats per minute. Now, the more you do cardio, the more effort you're gonna have to put in to remain at that heart rate. And as you go into a prep, your intensity can dip, so make sure you are doing that 145 beats per minute. Family portrait time. We are moving on to nutrition. Nutrition is Monty's favorite.
Love the protein,
He loves protein.
Protein, but
Protein. See how excited he gets for protein?
Bro, but let me go piss and shit and then Ava's got him.
Monty likes protein. Go. Quite literally the most important part of any successful deficit you are trying to create is your nutrition. I kept things super fucking simple. I ate the same things every single day, every single meal, 16 weeks of my prep. So chicken, yogurt, fish, and egg whites. I had vegetables, I had carrots, peppers, I had mushrooms, I had tomatoes, I had whey protein. Now the trick is to vary your diet as much as possible when it comes to your protein. Every single type of food has a different amino acid profiling, allowing your recovery to be as optimal as possible. In terms of the deficit, I have to go quite low. I was having 4 meals and I was hitting about 1,300 calories for the day. Now, This is a commonly ridiculed tactic. However, this is how I look at it. You've got the optimal outcomes and then you've got maximum adherence, right? Now I looked at the maximum adherence and go, right, I'm not chasing the 1% here. I just want to stick to a diet plan, get shredded. So what I was doing was I was having my first meal at like 6 p.m. and then a meal 2 was 7, meal 3 was 8 p.m, meal 4 was like 10 p.m. And then I'd go to bed and I wouldn't eat for the entirety of the rest of the day. And then I'd have again 6, 7 p.m, 8 p.m, and 9 p.m. and have a 4-hour window for my meals. Purely because as soon as I ate something, my hunger levels would go through the roof. In the past, I would binge and I would not stick to a diet plan. So the reason why I managed to get shredded was because I literally had the smallest window of eating possible. My coach at the time, Joe Jeffrey, was badgering me, going, why are you not having your first meal yet? Why are you not having your first meal yet? But the reality is, he's now since changed his mind on that, and I was correct in that moment, in my opinion. For me, that technique, that application of knowledge was correct in that moment because it meant that I didn't cheat on my diet. I had one moment, and I'm telling you now, I had one moment where I literally found out that my dad was gonna pass away. And do you know what I did? I ordered a Jamaican Caribbean cuisine. Dumpling, rice, and chicken. Because I found out that my dad was dying. My binge throughout that entire prep was literally ordering rice and chicken with a fucking dumpling. That's how switched on and locked in I was. Could have had a pizza, could have had muffins, could have gone to Tesco's, could have absolutely binged, my man. I didn't do that because I was fucking locked in. I'm not gonna stand here and say you need to have X amount of calories, blah, 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 blah. This is where coaching is so fucking individual. Mine is super high output, super low input. That's what I needed to do to get shredded. Now we're moving on to the most important and favorite parts of this video, which you are all waiting for, so let's roll it. Supplements and PEDs. Let's go. Training. How many times a week did I train? I'm gonna tell you very, very simply. I did push, pull, legs 3 times a week. Is all I needed to do. Because I was doing that many steps, I was doing that much output, training every muscle group once a week was too much for me. I needed to spend more time recovering. When you are in a fat loss phase and when you are in a prep, especially when you're in the back end of getting shredded, you do not need that many sets per muscle group in order to maintain muscle tissue. We are going to talk about the PEDs, the amount that you need in order to get shredded and what type of PEDs you need. But training wise, all you need is 3 times a week, 10 to 12 sets per week in terms of muscle. Hello. Monty walks a lot and trains a lot. I train Monty every day, reps and reps. But what I'm saying to you is once you've built the muscle, trust me, you don't actually need that many sets to keep your muscle tissue. Maintenance for muscles is like 8 sets per week. One massive tip I want to give to you guys when you're training to get shredded, focus on time and attention. Focus on connecting with the exercise, not point A to point B stuff. Focus on increasing time and attention, increasing muscle activation. I put less emphasis personally on the logbook. Feel free to disagree with me in the comments. However, the last time I logbooked anything was about 5 years ago, and that's the truth. But in order for you to not logbook, you need to first practice the skill of training. If you know how to train properly, then you can stop logbooking. However, if you don't know how to fucking train, click the link down below, jump on a call with me, and we can have a chat. PEDs. Let's talk about them. I'm just going to give you a rundown of all the PEDs that I was using. So I was using Masteron, Primobolan, Testosterone, Anavar, Clen, T3, T4, Proviron, Telmisartan, Winstrol, GH, all in my last prep. That's what I was using. I'm not going to be stupid enough to give you my exact dosages. One thing I will say is we didn't use that much. We used a total of 800 milligrams per week. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm going to cover that topic in a whole other video. So if you want to see that and you are interested in my PED stack that I used specifically to get fucking dick skin shredded, then all you have to do is click the subscribe button and I'll run you through. Now, the last thing I want to just discuss quickly is the supplementation side of things. So I'm just going to go over to the supplementation part of the house where protein is one of the many supplements that I took during my prep to get shredded. So first up, we've got creatine monohydrate, very well researched, very beneficial. We've got whey protein. Whoa. We've got whey protein. The whey protein that I use throughout my entire prep is from Perform, and you can actually purchase that in the link in the description. Use my code Physique. We have so many amazing supplements, of which all of these are available, and I literally had Elite Sup sponsor me throughout my prep. So they are the go-to in the industry for all and every supplement that you could ever want. Make sure you use the code Physique. Supplements. Whoa! We've got omegas, we've got ashwagandha, Conte Sport Supreme Sleep, glutathione, we use that. Vitamin D3, K2, we use that especially in the UK, no one gets no fucking sun. Multivitamin. Use that as well, multivitamin. We use some ZMAs for brain food, that's good. Pre-workout quickly, so we've got, oh shit, hold on. Wait. Yeah, so we've got the pre-workout. This was very essential in the last 3 weeks of my prep. I either use Vax-Q-Max or Defib. This one fucking puts a rocket up your ass. This one's stim-free. These are probably my two favorite, my personal favorite, lemon fizz bombs. This here, cherry cola, most delicious pre-workout I've ever tasted. I've tried about 100. That's pretty much it. We've covered everything. Training, nutrition, PEDs, supplements, walking, cardio. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go into detail in each specific individual variable with a 5-minute video, what my protocol was for walking, cardio, PDs, or nutrition over the entirety of my prep. So I'm talking week 1, week 8, week 12, week 16 for each individual variable. If you really want to see those videos, hit the subscribe button, like this video. The target is a very, very humble 100 likes, my people. If you could help a brother out, I'm trying to reach 100,000 subscribers. We are really far away right now. We are on 2,300 and something. But I believe that will change as soon as people start seeing the best fitness content that there is. If you have anything you want to ask me, please put it in the comment section down below. I've been your boy, Steven Physique. I'll catch you in the next one. Say bye-bye, Monty. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.